Two Pakwach district employees arrested over missing 200 million shillings. And New Moyo District PAC members vow to ensure quality service deliveries. This and more in the NILE News Bulletin. Thank you very much, viewers, for taking the time to be with us today on the Nilecast on West Nile Television. Let's dive straight into the stories that have made headlines today. A section of angry market vendors from Aurora Main Market are appealing for help from the relevant authorities following continuous disturbance from the absentee landlords, which is threatening to cost their businesses. According to traders, the absentee landlords are exorbitant, demanding for rent money from them, and where they fail to pay, are threatened with evictions, yet they are supposed to pay to the city council. Farish Majid reports.
A section of disgruntled tenants from Aurora Main Market have raised concern over continuous disturbance from their former landlords, who are overcharging and threatening to evict them out of the stores, which they claim ownership of, despite the several warnings from the relevant authorities, most especially through the enactment of the Market Act, which among others prohibits subletting of the facilities, where money has to be paid directly to city leadership. Some of the former landlords have continued to pick money from their tenants at the market. Bidal Joseph, a dealer of foodstuffs at the facility, who is also affected by the challenges, says the absentee landlords have locked his facility for almost a week now after failing to reach a consensus over payment.
What I have paid for him cash is for 18 months, and before paying that one, he was telling me that before getting this house, he have paid money, 24 million, so I support to return that money back, 25 million. From there, I give him 9 million, and the time city council came that we support to pay there, I didn't pay that man again. That is the problem now, is coming back to the house.
Atibo Vincent, a vendor of cosmetics whose stall has also been affected, is now counting losses ever since his lockup got closed by the absentee landlord.
The money we make daily here is not less than $1 million, and I can prove it by the sale records which we have. If at all I'm given a chance, we can get it inside there. So for the 1 week, we have not working, so I count not less than 7 million.
Atibo is now appealing for help from the relevant authorities in addressing the matter.
We are calling upon the government and other stakeholders to come in to help us. This is one way of participating in corruption. This is a sign of corruption. And the government is aware that these are government premises. They are not supposed to have landlords. But if somebody comes to claim to be a landlord of this place and the government is there, so we call upon them to come in and we fight this together. Because this is, this is a home for us. This is where we were born, and we have children here, and perhaps I'll die and leave children here. So it is our responsibility as the community, as parents, and the government to fight for this. If we don't do that, this city of ours will be taken over by thieves, and we shall have no way.
Similarly, Aikoro Agnes, another vendor dealing in agro inputs, is calling for urgent intervention from the relevant authorities to address the matter since they are not safe from the absentee landlords.
Yeah, some of them, like my neighbor here, he's still demanding money that he did not get that room for free. He got it at a cost of 25 million, so he needs money. If they can't give him the money, then the sitting tenant has to vacate and leave his room. So these things, today it happens here, you find another one tomorrow there, the other day it is there. So all of them are unsettled.
Meanwhile, Drakuma Malik, the town clerk of Central Division, cautioned the absentee landlords against the act of intimidation and extortion from the market.
These markets talk of the taxi park, talk of the main market, talk of the Gaga textile market. The landlord is city council. Whoever is making use of the facilities in these markets, these public markets, they are tenants to Arua City Council. This should be understood very clearly.
Musaid Kemis, the mayor of Central Division, condemns the act of closing doors for tenants by the absentee landlords, as instead calls for dialogue between the parties.
To me, the issue is not throwing those people away. The best solution should have been now, they should reconcile. Because we gave the rooms to the landlords, they again went ahead and decided to leave. The law does not allow that. The law is very clear about that. In actual sense, there is no way they will come and lock those.
The disgruntled tenants who have been affected by the acts of the errant absentee landlords have raised the matter before the resident city commissioner's office, awaiting to get help. Farish Majid, NILE TV, NILEcast.
I mean, this is a home for us. This is where we were born, and we have children here, and perhaps I'll die and leave children here. So it is our responsibility as the community, as parents, and the government to fight for this. If we don't do that, this city of ours will be taken over by thieves, and we shall have no way.
Similarly, Aikoro Agnes, another vendor dealing in agro inputs, is calling for urgent intervention from the relevant authorities to address the matter, since they are not safe from the absentee landlords.
Yeah, some of them, like my neighbor here, he's still demanding money that he did not get that room for free. He got it at a cost of 25 million, so he needs money. If they can't give him the money, then the sitting tenant has to vacate and leave his room. So these things, today it happens here, you find another one tomorrow there, the other day it is there. So all of them are unsettled.
Meanwhile, Drakuma Malik, the town clerk of Central Division, cautioned the absentee landlords against the act of intimidation and extortion from the market.
These markets talk of the taxi park, talk of the main market, talk of the Gaga textile market, the landlord.
And more in our stories this evening, His Grace Bishop Right Reverend Raphael Poni Wokorach has tasked the school administrators to use the available school lands for production because it saves the school from expenditures like food, but rather use the money for other developmental activities. Take a look.
As the seasons change, the school garden continues to grow, nurturing young minds and inspiring a love for nature. The Archbishop of Gulu Archdiocese, His Grace Raphael Pomonyo Wokorach, has appealed to school administrators to make use of available school land to produce food for learners. The Archbishop made this revelation recently during his first pastoral visit at St. Peter's College Wargals since he was consecrated as Archbishop of Gulu Archdiocese. He noted that schools have land which can be used for food production to reduce the cost of buying foods from other suppliers.
Dear girls of war, how do you look at our land? Is it better when it is idle or when it is being used for planting things that we can use for feeding? And who should do that? Can we cooperate in that? Yes. Let us be ahead. Let us show to other schools that life is not only reading books. I know when you read a book, after that, you cry, your stomach complains. And what else? You need to eat. So I will pray that this our... Hello, sir. Are you okay? That these our places, our schools, Wargals, next time we come, let us see that all around, no bushes, just food.
He added that much of school expenditure goes for feeding, affecting the smooth running of the school.
I did not look at the budget of all the schools, but most of those that I went through. You see that much of the expenditure of what the school has at hand goes for feeding, besides salary. Feeding. And you cannot do without food.
In the meantime, Honorable Kwichin Grace Freedom, Senior Presidential Advisor, used the same event to engage the Association of All Girls of the school to support learners to achieve their goals.
We want to continue to progress slowly but surely. So we are going to come back and talk to you. He promised to call us. He promised to call our girls, all girls, so that we can sit and find a way forward.
Honorable Kwichin added that the students can perform better than last year through hard work and commitment.
That we can perform better than last year. We have appreciated you so much because the headmaster told me that the performance is progressing. Since he came here, the performance has been slowly progressing, but we do not want to go back.
This highlights the benefits of school gardens, showcasing the impact on school expenditure, goals for feeding, affecting the smooth running of the school.
I did not look at the budget of all the schools, but most of those that I went through. You see that much of the expenditure of what the school has at hand goes for feeding, besides salary. Feeding. And you cannot do without food.
In the meantime, Honorable Kwichin Grace Freedom, Senior Presidential Advisor, used the same event to engage the Association of All Girls of the school to support learners to achieve their goals.
We want to continue to progress slowly but surely. So we are going to come back and talk to you. He promised to call us. He promised to call our girls, all girls, so that we can sit and find a way forward.
Honorable Kwichin added that the students can perform better than last year through hard work and commitment.
That we can perform better than last year. We have appreciated you so much because the headmaster told me that the performance is progressing. Since he came here, the performance has been slowly progressing, but we do not want to go back.
This highlights the benefits of school gardens, showcasing their impact on students.
You need to eat. So I will pray that this hour. Hello, sir. Are you okay? That this our places, our schools, our girls, next time we come, let us see that all around, no bushes, just food.
He added that much of school expenditure goes for feeding, affecting.
Moving on to Moyo District, the new PAC members of Moyo District have called to ensure service delivery in government policies and legal framework. Take a look.
The swearing-in, which was attended by few members of the Public Accounts Committee, was to boost the strength of the already existing committee, which was less by one member who passed on and needed to be replaced.
Having been appointed to exercise the function of a member of the Local Government Public Accounts Committee, swear that I will at all times serve Moyo District, that I will support and uphold the Constitution as by law established, and that I will not directly or indirectly reveal to any unauthorized person any matter, document, communication, or information whatsoever I shall come to my knowledge in the discharge of my duties and committed to my secrecy. So help me God.
Honorable Anyama Williams, the Chairman Local Council 5 Moyo, said the new Local Government Public Accounts Committee member is a retired police officer who will bring in a lot of value to the committee, adding that the role of PAC is not only to catch thieves, but to ensure compliance in government policies and legal framework.
He was a regional boss of Police Professional Standards units, and we all know from that position of professional standards what values he can bring to blend the role of this committee. I want to appeal to the committee, to members to welcome him, to work with him, to mentor him, so that he can join this team and offer better services.
He, however, urged the members of the public not to look at PAC as a committee that always which hands them, but rather offer them the necessary support so as to do their work for better service delivery.
Today, Local Government Public Accounts Committee's role is not only to catch thieves. Actually, that's not the ultimate role. The role is to ensure compliance with the government policies and legal framework, to ensure expenditure is done in line with the work plans, budgets, and they are correctly spent.
Mrs. Onger Tojeska, the Chief Administrative Officer Moyo, said Local Government Public Accounts Committee is responsible for monitoring the works of the district, especially the expenditures and the use of resources. Therefore, she is optimistic that with the new member who was a police officer, issues to do with investigations will improve for better service delivery through accountability.
As you may be knowing, LGPAC is the one that monitors what we do, especially on how we are spending money and use of resources. So now with the coming of a new member who was also a policeman, a senior policeman, I am hoping that the scrutiny will also be better so that we can serve the people more. Normally, when I am talking about serving people more, you know that resources is key. So basically, that's what I'm looking at, really getting service better through accountability.
Retired Canon Baka Solomon, the Chairman Public Accounts Committee, Moyo District Local Government, couldn't hide his excitement after the swearing in of the new member, saying for long they had been struggling with their work due to shortage of manpower, and believes now their work will run smoothly since all the members of the committee are in place.
I'm happy that also Ivan Wata came in. So we were having challenges. The work was hectic because the number was insufficient. But today, from today, let me say, we will be okay. So resume back our normal number, then business will move well.
According to the Ministry of Local Government, every district is mandated to have a local government committee with 5 members consisting of 3 male and 2 female, and their major role is to monitor the expenditure and the use of government resources without being misused by the public officials so as to improve on service delivery to the public. However, for the case of Moyo, the committee had been operating with a member less for some time after one of the committee members had earlier on passed away, and this explains why a new member in the names of retired Superintendent of Police Vuata Onigo Evans was sworn in to cover the gap created in the committee so as to improve on service delivery to the people. Dominic Anthony Okumu, West Nile TV, Nilecast.
And more in Pakwach District. 2 staff members from Pakwach District have been arrested after failing to account for 200 million shillings. This arrest comes at a time when the country is battling with corruption of public funds. Alfred Jawok reports.
2 staff members from Pakwach District Local Government have been arrested after failing to account for 200 million shillings. The 2 staff are identified as Anena Rachel Mary, Senior Assistant Secretary, and Frank Odoma, sub-accountant. The arrest comes at a time when this country is battling with corruption of public funds. Pakwach Resident District Commissioner Mr. Paulo Sero confirmed the arrest and said the suspects are set to appear in the anti-corruption court in Kampala tomorrow.
Yeah, it's very true. This morning, 2 staffs, senior civil servants of Pakwach District Local Government, were arrested on allegations of the sub-county accountant, that is Mr. Frank Odoma.
According to Esero, the arrest followed continued complaints on allegations of mismanagement of funds under the revenue sharing from Uganda Wildlife Authority and District Discretionary Equalization Grant (DDEG) during the financial year 2021-2022.
they mismanaged the funds. First and foremost, there is 16.3 million which was meant for retention to be paid to contractors. Then also there are other monies almost amounting to 67 million which these people cannot provide proper accountability.
Following the Pakwach District Auditor's report dated 20th June 2024, the DU did not satisfactorily provide accountability for funds amounting to over 200 million and did not pay attention to providers worth 16 million.
Audits were done and it showed that there was a lot of financial impropriety. And the good thing, a criminal case was opened against these people. The file was sent to the office of the Director of Public Prosecutions for legal guidance. The guidance from the Director of Public Prosecutions was a directive. He sanctioned the file and directed the police to arrest these people. So this morning they were all arrested and they are going to be taken to Kampala to be tried in the anti-corruption court.
West Nile TV noted that these occurred when the DU were entrusted with the responsibilities of managing Pakwach Sub-County in Pakwach District. Anena Rachel Mary, her Senior Assistant Secretary or Sub-County Chief, and Odoma Frank, her Sub-Accountant. By the time of the arrest, Anena was posted in Panyimu Town Council as Sub-County Chief, and Frank Odoma was redeployed as a revenue officer in the district. Recently, Pakwach District conducted a complete overhaul and transfers of staff across the district to improve service deliveries. Alfred Jawok, West Nile TV, Nilecast.
During a handover and swearing in of the new Committee of Scripture Union leaders in Komboni Comprehensive College in Adjumani District, students have been called upon to be obedient and respectful if they are to obtain better things in the future. Onzima Alan reports more.
Students in Adjumani District have been called upon to be obedient and respectful if they are to obtain better things in future. This was made during handover and swearing in of the new committees of Scripture Union leaders of Komboni Comprehensive College, Adjumani District. Lake Irene, the outgoing Scripture Union chairperson, Komboni Comprehensive College, said she decided to hand over so that she can concentrate on studies and appeal to fellow students, leaders to always trust God as He is the one who chooses the leaders.
As if you see Scripture Union in school, you must outgo and someone must come in. For my reason of living is this year my candidate I cannot capture with all the works in the club and in class also. That's why I say at least I should hand over my file to the new coming chairperson.
Meanwhile, Mogisha Oscar, the incoming chairperson, Scripture Union, said it is his passion to become a leader and pledged his support to uplift the fraternity to another level through working together with other leaders.
I have already set my mind when I was young to be a leader. So I thank God today the dream which I have spoken is already I am achieving it. So I am very happy. I promise to uplift this union to another level. Not from the level where I found it, but it is to another level. So it is my promise that I am going to keep my promise and be loyal to the union members, the patron, everyone that we receive.
Edodi Dani, the patron of Scripture Union, Komboni Comprehensive College, disclosed that they started the union with a few members, but currently they have over 100 students. He said the students in the union have fear for God and are always living exemplary lives.
And the fact is the members of Scripture Union, which we are having here, are the ones who are exemplary to the rest of the students in this school, because their behavior alone is a clear indication that there is God in them.
Apostle Jonathan said leaders should be obedient in leadership, adding that it is always their duty as the apostles, priests, and the concerned leaders to equip and empower the young generations through the positive mindset creation.
So it is our responsibility as priests, as pastors, as Scripture Union leaders to equip and empower our young generation in the way that they should go by changing their mind.
Scripture Union in Komboni Comprehensive College started with a few members, that is 19, but currently has over 100 students who are in the union, and major aim is to uplift the spiritual well-being of the learners. Peace Oshaki, Juma Alan, West Nile Television, Nilecast.
The police in the Northwest Nile region has warned the general public against involving themselves in demonstrations or risk facing the wrath of the law. This warning was issued by Superintendent of Police Dragudo Ignatius, the Police Public Relations Officer for the Northwest Nile region, on Tuesday, the 23rd of July, 2024. Okumu Dominic reports more.
The warning comes after the police obtained intelligence report that angry youth across the country who have been backed by opposition politicians have mobilized themselves to demonstrate against what they termed as corruption tendency that has infiltrated the Parliament of Uganda. Superintendent of Police Dragudo Ignatius, the Police Public Relations Officer for Northwest Nile region, has more details on the intelligence report about the intended countrywide demonstration.
Intelligence report about the opposition politicians who organize march to Parliament demonstration, which we presume some groups of our younger people within the region wanted also to do such kind of activity in this region. But this sound warning, this will sound to all of them, those who intended to do. We don't want to see our people being moving or demonstrating in this region, all over the region of Northwest Nile.
He adds that following the tip-off, the police in the region are alert and are currently patrolling in all the towns and cities to ensure safety of the public so that they can go ahead with their normal duties without being disturbed by those intending to demonstrate.
Moyo and Obongi, our officers are very, very alert, patrolling the town. The security situation is normal. I advise everybody to do their business as usual, but not to involve yourself in activities of a single sign of demonstration in the Northwest Nile region.
Superintendent of Police Dragudo cautioned those intending to demonstrate to know that there is an arm in government which is responsible for handling corruption cases in the country. Therefore, they should allow the office responsible to do its work without any interference, saying they want the public to remain peaceful and calm.
Reminding everybody, in Uganda we have a department which is following seriously those who are involving themselves in corrupt tendencies. We have unities who are following those people, but not you locally on the ground there to come and make noise on government officials in any other entity. So we advise our youth to desist from doing that. We are professional doing our work for the benefit of the nation.
According to the police intelligence report, a group of disgruntled youth wants to demonstrate against what they termed as corruption tendency, which has infiltrated the government and the parliament, and want the rest of the Ugandans to join them in demonstrating against the vice. It's against this background that the police in the Northwest Nile region have come out to warn the citizens against such unhealthy demonstrations within the region so that peace continues to prevail. Dominic Anthony Okumu, West Nile TV, Nilecast.
Good evening, viewers. This is West Nile Television. The program is NILEcast, but I am called Oracle Benson Pastore, coming up with what is happening in the world of sports. I can confirm to you every day, since this is summer transfer window, transfer is becoming vivid. We are seeing players leaving their clubs, going there, and the same thing also applies to the coaches, not only in international sports, but also here in the country. I can confirm to you transfer is vivid. And also I want to confirm to you the preliminary draws for the CAF Champions League for women has been conducted in the headquarters, that's in Cairo in Egypt. But let's go systematical. We started with what is happening within the country of Uganda. That's in the world of transfer. I can confirm to you URA midfielder that's Saidi Tsayune has been granted that's testimonial as he ends his long spell with the team of that's tax collectors. He joined URA way back in 2011 from a team called Maroons, and in the so many years he has spent with the tax collectors. He has gone on to win that's 3 trophies, winning Mapinduzi Cup, winning that's Stanbic Uganda Cup, and also he guided the team to that's a CAF Confederations Cup, though they did not go very far. That is the latest update I can give you as far as the transfer and also the testimonial for the player that's Saidi Tsayune is concerned. And he has been actually their team captain, and the testimonial match is set to take place in August. That's in Nativubo, the new playing ground for the team of URA. Leaving that story there still within the country, I can confirm to you the draws for the preliminary rounds for the Women CAF Champions League has been conducted in the headquarters, that's in Egypt, particularly in Cairo. By the way, just a reminder, the headquarters for CAF is in Egypt, particularly in the city called Cairo. Straight away, how of course the draws are looking like our own, the reigning champions of Women Super League in the country, that's Kawembe Muslims. They have been pitted in Group B alongside teams like PVP Buyenzi. This is a team that comes from Burundi. They were actually the champions from that side last season. We have got Minom's FAD FC, a team that comes from Djibouti. And lastly, we have got Simba Queens that comes from Tanzania, and also the representative from the country in Ugandan football called the Kawembe Muslims themselves. And of course, in that group, they will only take one team. We are waiting to see if they can be able to proceed to the next round, or as the biggest round of the CAF Champions League for the ladies. Let's leave that one there, and we now jet international. Like I said earlier on, the biggest thing is all about what continues to transpire in the world of transfer. The biggest of it right now is coming at Etihad. That's the on playing ground. Not the playing ground, rather we have in playing grounds in Uganda, but in Europe we have in stadiums. Coming from the stadium of that's Manchester City, Etihad, I can confirm to you Pep Guardiola, the gaffer of Manchester City, has clearly come up saying that he's unsure if their custodian Ederson Morea will actually be remaining with the club. Actually, in the 7 seasons he has spent with the team of Manchester City, he has gone on to win that 6 titles and winning UEFA Champions League against Real Madrid. I know so many can remember that very well, winning so many league titles. That is the latest update I can give you as far as the transfer of Ederson Morea is concerned. And he has been linked with a move to Saudi Professional League with a club called Al Ittihad. Let's drop that story there, and I can also confirm to you in London, still in England, Spurs are set to sign that South Korean winger Yang Min Look from a team called Gangwon FC. He is 18 years of age. We're also waiting to see if this deal will materialize for the 3 parties, both the club of that Gangwon Football Club, Spurs themselves, not forgetting about the player himself. Leaving that one there, also a shocking story here coming from Villa Park is all about their player whom they signed last season from Bayer Leverkusen called Moussa Diaby. According to the latest report that has raised to the desktop of West Nile Television, Sports indicates that this player actually is at the verge of leaving the club, also switching to Saudi Professional League or Saudi Pro League to sign for a club called Al Ittihad. And this one is going to happen at a fee of over £50 million. Actually, he joined the club, as I said, last summer from Bayer Leverkusen, and it was at a fee of £51 million. And he's close on joining that Al Ittihad. Leaving those stories that actually that are almost happening, let's now drive our attention to what continues to happen in the world of transfer rumors and speculations, because as I had been saying, it starts as rumors, speculations before it yields the fact. Let's take a look at some of the trending transfer stories here. I can confirm to you the Ghana's Arsenal right now, they're also very active in the ongoing summer transfer window. In the recent weeks, they have been talking about the defender for Bologna called Calafiore, and they actually at the verge of signing this particular player. And today, they have actually talked about two players, and these players are all Spaniards. One is playing for Real Sociedad called Mikel Merino, 28 years of age, and then the other one is Nico Williams Jr., who is playing for Athletic Bilbao. But they are facing competition from the rivals from that Catalonia called Barcelona. That is the latest update I can give you as far as the speculation about Arsenal is concerned. Away from that story, Borussia Dortmund, also the Bianconeri, that's Juventus, not forgetting about Paris Saint-Germain. They are struggling over the signature of Jadon Sancho from the team of Manchester United. He spent the second half of last season on loan with BVB, but BVB still feels he is a vital player for them. And also, all the ladies, they're in the mix, not forgetting about Paris Saint-Germain. Let's drop that one there. Manchester United, they have offered something of over £33 million to Bayern Munich for their defender, Matthias de Ligt, but that money, that amount has been toned down because Bayern Munich, the Bavarians, they need something in excess of around £42 million if they are to release Matthias de Ligt to the team for the team of Manchester United. And also, let's drop the story about Manchester United being linked with a move to Matthias de Ligt. This time traveling to Italy, it's all about Bologna right now interested in the signature of Matt Hummels after the expiration of his contract with Borussia Dortmund. His contract ran down in the recent season. He's a free agent, and Bologna feels that he's a vital player for them, and it seems the deal for Arsenal to sign Calafiore from the club may go through, because right now they are in market looking for a replacement for Calafiore, and the player they're looking forward to sign is actual Matt Hummels, former player for Borussia Dortmund and also Bayern Munich. Let's leave that one there and coming back to Manchester United. Manchester United, they have been linked with a move to sign so many players, and one player is also Naoussar Mazraoui from the team of Bayern Munich, but according to the report, for them to lure the services of Naoussar Mazraoui from the team of Bayern Munich, he's actually right back. They will have to first sell off their right back, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, in order to pave way for Mazraoui. We are also following the story. That means Manchester United right now, they are chasing two players from the team of Bayern Munich. Recently, I've been talking about Matthias de Ligt and also Mazraoui. All of them are actual defenders and former players for the team of Ajax Amsterdam. And lastly, I can also confirm to you, Kevin Trippier is also attracting interest from Saudi Professional League. Saudi Professional League clubs, actually, they are very much interested in picking players from Manchester City. They have been talking about Kevin De Bruyne. Recently, they have been talking about Ederson Moraes. And now, in fact, Kevin Trippier is actually a player who is playing for Newcastle, but he had times with Manchester City. We are following that story. If Kevin Trippier will actually end up leaving the Magpies and go that side of Saudi Professional League. Before I leave the studios of West Nile Television, one story I also don't want to leave out is all about a player who has been trending in the recent transfer windows. That's Ivan Toney. And according to the latest report, he has clearly come up saying that if there will be no big offer, he will be turning down his contract with the team of Brentford. And that one brings us to the closer of today's edition of NILE Sports News. And it has been me, Benson Pastore, and I am waiting for my sister, that's Christine Okumuringa, such that we close together. We give you the closing remarks. brings us to the end of today's edition of NILEcast. It has been me, Benson Pastore, together with our sister, that's Christine Okumuringa, doing it for you. And always will be the usual suspects in front of the camera lens when it comes to the news program at West Nile Television, known as NILEcast, together with NILEcast Sports, which is always under the umbrella of the biggest of it, which is always handled by our sister, Christine Okumuringa. Your final words to the viewers.
Thank you for tuning in. Please come again, same time, same place tomorrow. Have a good evening.
Okay, have the best of your night. We'll link up again tomorrow. I want to repeat it again. Usual suspects again will be tomorrow in front of the camera lens.